want to see your things that if you show mommy what you drew?
Hi, Diaju. Yeah, well, yeah, it was a little bit warm, so I don't know. I forget what the good temperature is, but that's 72, that's 73. It just starts to get chilly. You can turn it up, but it was cools off quick. Cools off. Perfect. Yeah, that's going to be great. Thank you. We'll pass those around, and that'll be fantastic. It'll be fantastic. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That looks great. And yep. All good. All good. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, closer to you.
Closer to all this stuff.
Yeah. We'll all sit at the front here, and afterwards, you can go to your mom. They sit in the start.
This is yours, right? The western wall.
What else? Tell me about what else.
Want me to?
More appropriate description of what's going on.
Yep.
What happened to our regularly scheduled cantor?
I don't know.
Okay.
They don't tell me. They just say she's.
Okay.
It seems to be quite common sense that you're getting some doses of something. How was your name?
Substitute
I'm
can't.
looking forward to Cantor Maggie. Nice.
Do you remember Selby Harris? Do you remember Selby Harris?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Recently.
I don't know. She's on the yard site list. It must have been a while back.
Yeah, it's been several years.
But I don't remember ever seeing that. Oh well. Yeah.
Andrew's in the house.
Yes.
Hello. Shalom. So Evan's doing his training, his orientation, I believe, Thursday.
Thursday, okay.
Do you work Thursday?
I think I do.
Okay. So you might see him that afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna work at Dawn's?
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll see.
Nice.
We'll see. Gonna get his orientation. All right, so I'm waiting on a few more teachers and waiting on a classmate for Owen. There are two other kids in the class that are not sick. They should be here. I'm okay waiting a minute or two. I just under pressure these days. Oh, there is that. Oh, yes, there she is. There's Audrey. Joyce, it's true this time. I see Audrey.
She was at the door.
Yeah. Yay, yes. So another young girl. Like, oh, Audrey's here. It's wishful thinking, isn't it?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Hello, Aaron.
How are you?
I am well. Thank you for being on the Bema tonight.
Cantor Maggie?
Yes, Cantor Maggie is with us tonight. The woman of many keep calling to your way.
What'd you guys have for dinner?
Flowers.
There's still some here too. Something today. Hi Nathan. Your sister be here? Check last week. Or earlier during the week. Sorry? Yeah, I'm sorry. Any questions about your announcements? I didn't think so.
Fairly straightforward.
Yeah. Andrew, how was your day? Good. Sweetheart? So, oh, sure, you can keep my back just a bit. She's got purple for pancreatic cancer. Joyce is here, George is here. Flo is here. Deborah's here. We from the end. She is away at a wedding. Oh, we knew that. She's on vacation. Oh, I know. You said this was one of my list of opportunities, but then I totally forgot that she was going to come here. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a few more opportunities. She's missing the one 2 weeks from tonight. And then she comes to Philip, do you have you send it to Jason to have her added to that you knew all of it. Steve told me, so I just thought that you had the paper.
Starting momentarily.
Are we, do we know if the sets are coming?
We don't, but Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Anyway.
It is what it is. Mary Lane is joining us.
You want me to go stand down there with them, or just?
If you'd like to, that would be great. No, I think it's wonderful to stand down there with everybody. Yeah. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for your patience, and we're going to get started. So hopefully everybody has a green or maybe you have a blue prayer book, our family Shabbat service. We are honored tonight to be joined by so many folks, and I want to begin by, of course, our cantor Maggie, I was going to say student cantor, but that's not accurate either. Guest soloist, and immediate past president Maggie Freed, who is subbing today as Cantor Alyssa is traveling to her friend's wedding. So we are honored also to be joined by our first graders. So we'd love to have Audrey and Owen come on up with Morad, Joyce, and Maggie's going to help us all join together, lead us in Bim Bam, as our first graders lead us in Bim Bam Shabbat Shalom. You do it here?
You ready? 1, 2, 3. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom.
Shabbat, Shabbat,
Bim,
Shabbat,
bim,
Shabbat,
bim,
Shalom.
bim,
Shabbat,
bim,
Shabbat,
bim, bim,
Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Hey, Shabbat, Shalom. Hey, Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Bim, bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. One more time, it's so much fun.
Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam.
All right, let's hear it for Audrey and Owen. That was wonderful, guys. Thank you. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to our family Shabbat service on this first Friday of the month of May. It is so great to be together as family and as friends to celebrate Shabbat and to thank God for the goodness in our lives. This is a very special Shabbat for 3 wonderful reasons. 3 of them. First, as you can see tonight, we celebrate Shabbat with the help of our fantastic first grade religious school students and their teacher, Joyce Abraham, and teen assistant Zach Ducor probably has a golf tournament or something today. Second, Shabbat is very special because our first graders are going to also help us celebrate a birthday that the Jewish people have been celebrating throughout the world this week. It is Israel's birthday. What's the birthday number, Andrew? Do you know?
74.
Excellent. 74. Israel is 74 years young. So our first graders are going to share some wonderful teachings and connections that they have with the land and the people of Israel. And thirdly, this Shabbat is extra special because it is our annual Teacher Appreciation Shabbat service. So tonight we honor our religious school teachers here at Temple Sinai, and we honor their tremendous commitment to our students. So tonight we celebrate the sacred work of education, both teaching and learning. So much to celebrate, so let us begin as we now bring in the light and the warmth and the joy of Shabbat. We're honored to call upon our first graders and Miss Joyce for Sabbath candle lighting. We are on page 3 in our prayer booklet, everybody, page 3. So as Miss Joyce, Morah Joyce, as her students know her, Teacher Joyce, yes? Yeah. Well, let's read together. Let's all read together before Miss Joyce, Morah Joyce lights the candles. On the top of page 3, we say and pray, "Come, let us welcome Shabbat, a day of rest, a day of joy, a family celebration." All right. We're going to light these candles, guys, like a Hanukkah candle. We got the shamash. Miss Joyce is going to pick up that candle to light the Sabbath candles. The Temple Sinai custom. We gave her the trick candles, guys. They're the trick candles. They don't always light. We have to say Shabbat Shalom. Yes, we have to be patient. Yeah. So Maggie's going to lead us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you, Morah Joyce. Thank you, Audrey and Owen. If you guys would like to join your families, we're all going to stand together and we're going to be with our families and we're going to think of our families near and far. As on the top of page 4, we come to our family blessing. Do you guys want to be with your families? You want to go with your families? Yeah, we'll leave your presentation material there. So we think of all families throughout the world, and we ask God's blessings upon everybody in the world, blessings of peace and wholeness and well-being for all people. You can find the family blessing on the top of page 4.
May God bless you and keep you. May he shine his face upon you and grace you. May he lift his presence unto you and grant you peace. May God bless you and keep you. May she shine her face upon you and grace you. May she lift her presence unto you and grant you peace, and grant you peace.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I'm going to turn around, and some people have already gotten comfy. Other people are still standing. I would like to encourage everybody, let's all stand together. We're going to keep our bodies in our prayers as we turn to page 6 for our call to worship, the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Now open our hearts to the blessings in life and to their source, God, the divine presence who is one and who unites all creation. And it's expressed in the Shema on page 10. So we're going to join Maggie. Now we'll let you know this is what we like to call the short version. So we're going to be doing it one time. This is the traditional version too. So I think a lot of you know this melody. Please join us in the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
And please be seated, everybody. We are going to turn now to page 12, and we're going to join in a prayer that comes from the Torah, from the book of Deuteronomy. It's called the V'ahavta prayer, where we, just as God loves us, we are asked to love God with all of our heart and all of our soul and all of our strength. And for those of you who have a mezuzah on the doorpost on the outside of your house, if you have a mezuzah, this prayer is right inside there. So let's join together as Maggie leads us.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavacha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukshachtam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu l'totafot b'neinecha uktavtam על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Well, as we said earlier, we are celebrating Israel's, what number again, Andrew?
74.
74th birthday this week. So in Israel and throughout the world, this past Wednesday night and Thursday morning, and Israel's 10 hours ahead of us, Wednesday night and Thursday morning, the whole Jewish world commemorated Yom HaAtzmaut, which is Israel Independence Day, and we celebrated it here too in religious school. We're celebrating it tonight as a temple community, and our first graders have been talking about Israel, and they've been drawing about Israel and telling stories about Israel. So we're now looking forward to our first graders sharing some of their connections to the land and to the people of Israel as we celebrate Israel's 74th birthday this very week. Now, Owen had said, can we use the microphones? And the answer is yes, we can. So we have a couple of microphones. Actually, you guys get to have your own microphone. Let's see. Owen, you want to be Aleph or Bet? This one's named Aleph, this one's named Bet. You want to be Aleph. Okay, Audrey, so you get to be Bet. And let's see. Morad, Joyce, why don't we stand in the middle, guys? Okay, so you said Aleph, yes? Here's Aleph. And Audrey here is Bet. Can I give that to you? And let's see, do we want to set it up a little bit, or?
I think so.
Okay. Would you like me to do that? Or you do that? Okay.
This is Olive.
Okay.
We're going to put it on just a minute.
All right, can I use Olive for a second? Thank you, sir. Okay, hello, Louie. So our first graders and Morad Joyce worked together to draw something that was meaningful to the first graders about Israel. Some things inside Israel, some famous things in Israel, and also some very important values that come from the modern state of Israel. So Israel is 74 years young, and it really is a modern miracle. We were saying in religious school, when we talk about miracles in Judaism, like you guys right at Passover, we celebrated the miracle of the Red Sea and the miracles of all the plagues and the miracle that Jewish people were freed after hundreds of years of slavery. So a lot of miracles in the Passover story. Well, in the past 100 years, we have been living through a miracle, and that miracle is the modern country of Israel, that for 1,800 plus years, Jewish people at Passover at the end would say, next year in Jerusalem, next year in Jerusalem. And they meant, we'll hopefully be in the land of Israel and we will have a Jewish country again. Well, after over 1,800 years of praying during Passover and during the daily prayers and Shabbat prayers, Israel was reborn and revitalized as a modern Jewish country. So we are living through a miracle. So they're going to depict some of that miracle for us. So let's see. Where shall we start? Shall we start with, let's see, Audrey, would you like to go first?
Okay.
So I'm going to give this to you, Owen.
You ready? Do you want me to hold it or you want to hold it? You hold it. Okay.
This is my picture of people holding hands and the flag.
Nice.
The flag is right over there.
Nice. So the Israeli flag, people holding hands, all the people there in the country and in the region. And then what does it say above that, very colorful, Audrey?
Freedom.
Freedom, yes. To be free in our own land was a dream of Jewish people for almost 2,000 years. And we're going to pray that song of freedom and hope at the end of our service. We're going to sing it. So thank you. Audrey, is there anything else you want to say about what you've got there?
No.
Okay, sounds good. Very colorful. Let's hear it for Audrey. That's wonderful.
Nice job.
And Owen, what are we looking at? What did you make?
Thank you.
I made a lot of stuff. There is the Red Sea, houses in Israel.
Nice. So let's point. Yeah, I'm sorry. Red Sea, houses in Israel, and what's right there?
The desert that's in Israel, the wall, freedom, and the fancy clothes that are in Israel.
Oh, the fancy clothes that you can find in Israel. Yes. Yeah, they've got very creative clothing. And so you also have the Western Wall and the Red Sea and the Israeli houses in the desert, the hot desert. Yes, it's hot there. Oh, and it also says freedom. Very nice. Well, that is wonderful, guys. Now, also, I think your classmates, we have a few things to represent two of your classmates who couldn't be here tonight. George Seton, yes, and Maisie Schneiderman. So shall we start with, why don't we start with Maisie?
Okay.
Can we start with Maisie? So you all probably can't see this, but this is a map of the Mediterranean Sea and the countries surrounding it. And Maisie told you all about something special.
Yes, Maisie just came back with her family from Greece, and when she told the class about her wonderful trip to Greece, she said, and I know that Israel, Tel Aviv, is only an hour away from Greece. So she was very excited about Israel, but she didn't go yet.
Didn't go yet, but who is going is George Seton. So, yeah, so Maisie and family were in Greece because they were big fans of the Percy Jackson series and all things Greek. So they were there, and as she said, she was not far. Just take a boat ride in the Mediterranean, and there you come. There's Tel Aviv.
Thank you.
Thanks, Owen. So George is going to Tel Aviv with his family. Soon.
I
Going
don't
to
know.
Israel.
Right, and he will be telling us about it next year when he goes into the second grade.
Yeah, so we wanted to show everybody a picture of beautiful Tel Aviv. Doesn't it look like Santa Monica? It looks like the California coast there, but amazingly built up, modern, creative, lively, dynamic city. Look how beautiful the ocean looks, like turquoise. Who's been to Tel Aviv? Raise your hand if you've been to Tel Aviv. Oh my goodness. So you guys know. You guys know how beautiful it is. Well, wonderful. Well, thank you guys so much for sharing with us about Israel and your connections to Israel. That's awesome. Thank you. Can we hear it again for Owen and Audrey?
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Nice job. Okay.
Yeah. So if you all would like to sit down, and let's see, Joyce, I can take that from
Yes,
you as
thank
well. So Audrey drew a picture of the Israeli flag, and we were talking in religious school this Wednesday with the 4th through 7th graders that the Israeli flag looks a lot like something that is traditional to wear in a synagogue. And so what we did is we took a look at a talit that happened to have blue stripes. Many of them do. Mine's got black, but it's got some blue in it. So the Zionists of the late 1800s, in deciding what flag, what symbol should represent the country, because to be a country, one needs a flag. And so they were thinking about, well, what flag would represent the Jewish people in the modern country of Israel when it is created? And it was an easy answer. It's like we've wrapped ourselves in a talit and prayed for a return to Israel for hundreds of years. Let's put a Magen David, let's put a Jewish star right in the center of that. And that's exactly what they did to create the modern flag of Israel. And you all probably know the name Theodor Herzl, the founding father of the modern country of Israel. Herzl had tasked one of his friends and colleagues, a gentleman named David Wolfson, to design an Israeli flag for the first Zionist Congress, where that night Herzl wrote in his journal, because he got a bunch of Jewish leaders from around the world together in Switzerland in 1897, 125 years, it'll be this August, 125 years that Herzl and Jewish leaders from around the world got together at the first Zionist Congress in Switzerland. And Herzl later wrote in his journal, after the first meeting they had, he said, "I just created the Jewish state. We just created the Jewish country." So it was very prophetic. It would be decades later until it came to pass, May 14th, 1948, but Herzl could see it. He was a real visionary. They call Herzl the José Hamedina, the visionary of the state, of the modern country of Israel. And it was his friend David Wolfson at that Congress who got a talit, put the star in the middle, and they hung it in that conference room in Switzerland. And there it came to pass. There it is. So like I say, modern day miracle that we are all blessed to enjoy. I think we're all young enough to have grown up with the modern country of Israel, right? Is there anybody here who remembers when Israel was not yet a country? It always was, right? But for my parents and their generation, it was not yet a country, so it is remarkable. All right, well, let's spend a few moments now in our very own personal and silent prayer at the quiet of the night, this Shabbat. We may have something that we're thankful for, something that happened this week, or something that we need, that we want to connect with God with, and hope to bring that to pass through our own hearts and hands and minds. So let's spend a few moments now in our very own personal silent prayer and contemplation.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי צורי וגואלי יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי
you, Maggie. Well, one of the things we love to do at each and every family service is we like to celebrate each other's joys and happy occasions that have occurred in the month or that are going to occur each and every month. So we have our Simcha list. Simcha, Hebrew for joy, happiness, rejoicing, happy occasion. We have a number of simchas to celebrate this month. I'd like to ask people, if you wrote something down, if you're comfortable sort of standing in line and we'll spread out, if you're comfortable doing that way. If you're not comfortable doing it that way, please feel free to stand where you're sitting and we can recognize you there. So we have a number of birthdays to celebrate this month. So let's see. If you have a birthday in the month of May and you wrote it down, even if you didn't write it down, if you're remembering, oh yeah, I didn't write that down, I didn't see that. Please, if you're comfortable, please come on up and we will celebrate with you. And if you're celebrating in May and you're not comfortable coming up, we'll invite you in just a moment to please stand at your seat and we'll share together. All right. Well, here comes Carolyn, and we have other birthdays to celebrate. Yeah, people will do it from their seats. Absolutely. So Steve, hello. Everybody knows Steve Abrams, our temple president. I am well. You are celebrating a birthday coming up soon.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Would you please tell us the day of your birthday?
That would be this coming Monday.
All right, Monday, May 9th. All right, well, happy birthday. Yom Huledet Sameach, they say in Israel. Happy birthday to you, and great to celebrate with you. You got plans?
Just being with the family.
Very nice, very nice. Well, enjoy. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Steve. Susan, you also have a birthday we're celebrating. Look at all the leaders of our temple who've got May birthdays. Is this a trend of some kind? Is this a pattern? Susan, when is your birthday?
Tuesday the 10th.
Wow, what are the odds of that? Tuesday, May 10th. Well, happy birthday to you. Do you have plans?
I'll be here for the staff meeting and then...
She's going to celebrate with the staff.
Yes, it depends on if Andrew's home that night. I can't remember if he's working.
I don't know if I'm working that night. I'm sure he'll just...
All right, so I'm sure you'll do something to celebrate. I'm sure the boys have something planned for you. Happy birthday. And Carolyn, our Director of Education, when is your birthday?
May 29th.
May 29th. All right, very exciting. Well, happy birthday.
I have another May.
You sure do. Tell us. So your birthday's May 29th, so happy birthday to you. You're also celebrating something else in the family.
1 week from today, my daughter will be married in Northern California.
All right, well, mazel tov, double mazel tov. Emma's going to be married in Northern California 1 week from today. Very nice. Oh, yes, yes. Well, she's...
Car wreck last night.
Are they okay?
Okay, but they hurt.
It's sort of, they're a little bit bruised, but nothing serious?
Doesn't appear to be.
Okay.
Nothing bruised.
Well, we wish...
Move it.
So we wish them well and a speedy recovery and a lovely wedding, and mazel tov to you and to them and the whole family. That is fantastic. Well, we also have some other birthdays to celebrate. Let's see. Quinn, can I ask you comfortable standing? Did somebody write this for you? Yes. Mom wrote this for you. Were you aware that Mom wrote this down? Okay, right. So if you're comfortable, are you comfortable standing there? Yeah. What do you? No, whatever you're comfortable doing. We don't want to pressure you. So if you're welcome to come up, or you're welcome to stand there. I want you to feel good. Yay! All right. I'm going to keep my distance. Good thing I have long arms, and I don't have my mask on. Could you tell us the day of your birthday?
My birthday's actually not in May. It was April 30th.
Oh, I didn't read it. It was so 4:30. Well, close enough. That's pretty close to 5:1. So that's right. Your birthday was on April 30th. And could you tell everybody how old you turned on April 30th?
11.
11. All right, double ones. Well, congratulations. Yeah, 11 is heaven. Very nice. Heaven on earth. 7-Eleven. Yeah. Well, happy birthday. Did you have a fun time?
Yes, I did.
Nice. Did you have a theme for your birthday?
Not really. My family just came over, and then on Sunday we went to Disneyland.
Oh, awesome. That's a great way to celebrate. Were you able to wear one of those pins that said, it's my birthday, and you got like special treatment?
Didn't do that this time.
Okay. All right. Well, you had a lot of fun. What's one of your favorite rides at Disneyland, or one of your favorite attractions?
I really liked Rise of the Resistance, the new Star Wars ride.
The new Star Wars. Raise your hand if you've seen the new Star Wars ride. Yeah, or been on the new ride. Yes. Well, sure. Yeah. Liam's like, yeah, I did that with my sister. Very cool. Yeah, that's a neat ride and a neat part of Disneyland. Yeah. Well, very cool. Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Now, if I'm reading this right, is this also an April? Is this an April birthday, Carol? Yes. So Carol Cornell, our social justice, our social action chair, and co-chair of our caring committee. So Carol, your birthday was on April 26th. All right, a few days before Quinn. Very nice. Did you have a nice birthday celebration? In Chicago. Did you have a book? Nice. Oh, it's a Shabbat book, one of my favorites. I know that book really well. It's got a nice challah in there that looks really tasty. Yeah. Well, happy birthday, Carol. You're in your hometown of Chicago. You're with your family. Nice, nice. Well, happy birthday. Any other things to celebrate in the month of May? We have any anniversaries for May? Any achievements at work or at school for May? Yes, Steve?
My daughter Allison's birthday is May 20th.
All right, Allison, our 5th grade teacher, is May 20th. Happy birthday to Allison. Also the director of our youth group programs and our college outreach. What doesn't Allison do? She does so much in our community, so please wish her a mazel tov and a happy birthday. Deborah, I see your hand. Dr. Deborah.
This is kind of crazy, but I just want to celebrate that I'm working on clearing 60 years of slaughter out of my house, and I'm reclaiming, with the help of friends, my dining room, my living room, and 60% of my family room.
Congratulations. Congratulations on rediscovering your home. That is awesome. Oh, yeah. Well, spring cleaning, right? This is why they call it spring cleaning. Justin, are we celebrating something? You did move. You've moved into your new home. Awesome. It was months in the making. And tell everybody where your new home is. In Pasadena. All right. Okay, everything working? The plumbing, the electricity, everything's good? Getting there. Well, enjoy. Pasadena is a great city. Got some of the best restaurants in the valley, don't they? All right. So very nice. Well, let's see. According to my ring on my finger, on May 26th, I will be celebrating, April and I will be celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary. This May 26th. Thank you. And 6s, I guess, are important for me in May. On May 16th, which is 2 Mondays from today, I will receive from my rabbinical school a Doctor of Divinity. I will become a Doctor of Divinity, honorary doctorate. I didn't really have to work for it. All the work that I had to do was for 25 years to serve the Jewish community. Now, and from our Hebrew Union College, after 25 years of serving the Jewish community, you get an honorary doctorate. It's a DD. As I like to say, I'm one letter away from practicing dentistry. So I'm getting close. I just need that S at the end, and I can give you a checkup. So now. Right. Well, thank you. You're right, Deborah. Thank you. I didn't have to write a thesis. I just had to write why I felt I deserved to receive the honor. Carolyn got hers.
And when I got mine, I told everyone it was actually primarily a stamina award.
Stamina award, yes.
And I wasn't going to apply, they had to convince me that I deserved it and to fill it out. And they like called me every few days to make sure I did it.
That's great. So you received your DD, yes? And you comfortable saying what year?
Well, 25 plus 1986, whatever that was.
All right, who's good at math? Andrew?
1986.
Plus 25.
Plus 25. That was 2011.
2011.
Sounds about right.
All right, it's about 10 years ago or so. Carolyn, when did you get your DDD?
The year before that.
Okay. You guys went to school together.
Yes, you're old friends.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, so much to celebrate this month, and thinking of celebrations, this is what we like to call Simon Tov and Mazel Tov moment. It's a good sign, good fortune that we're celebrating all these simchas together. Please join us.
Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, Yelanu, 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 U'lecha Yisrael, Yelanu, Yelanu, U'lecha Yisrael, Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, Yelanu.
Mazel Tov, everybody. Mazel Tov. Thank you for celebrating. Thanks for coming up, Quinn. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Happy birthday, all.
I didn't.
And that usually happens, by the way. The parent is filled with nachas, is filled with joy and pride, and wants to share. Well, speaking of nachas and pride and joy, we are now honored to celebrate our teachers here at Temple Sinai. And I am honored to begin by calling upon our director, a wonderful director of education, a doctor of divinity, and director of education, Carolyn Mormuso. A doctor of education.
But we're still divine.
You are. Clean this up a little bit, Carolyn. Thank you. Oh, excuse me.
So first I would like to thank the families that are here this evening. We have a small complement of teachers and a small complement of families, and I think it's partly COVID and partly that we're just not used to gathering. But I really appreciate that some of you took the time to come out. Even though not all of my teachers are here, I would like to sort of introduce them all to you and give you a tiny preview of what your younger kids will be meeting as they grow older. And I want to begin from the littlest kids on. Only one of my people just left, Flo Cohen. All right, I'll start with kindergarten, and I'll get Flo when she comes back. Seth will go fetch her. So our kindergartners are taught by Angela Hirsch, who has been with us for 14 years. So everybody here who came to us in kindergarten remembers Angela and knows her. And Angela's whole mission in teaching is to help our very newest students who are in school by themselves understand how to learn and understand how to learn to love Judaism. So that is Angela. Flo came back, so I'm going to catch her while she's here and ask her to please come up. Flo has been teaching our program for preschoolers with parents for the last 4 years, 3 or 4, several years. I will say that since then, it has been so much less work for me than it ever was before because she does everything herself and knows everything to do. And I can't imagine a warmer welcome to Temple Sinai and to Jewish education. So thank you so much for being part of our staff.
It's been fun.
Next, we have Joyce Abraham, whom you've already met this evening. She's our first grade teacher, and I would say the things that characterize her and make her perfect for this age group is that she has the most amazing combination of kindness and a sense of fun, two things that every 6-year-old needs. So, where did she go?
She's
What are you doing over there? Oh. Okay.
a little person, thank you. That was very nice of you to see.
Then we have our second grade teacher, George Lowe. And George brings to his students the benefits of his very many years as a professional elementary school teacher. So he has a lot of skills and techniques and methodologies, but he also has a lot of humor, and he is able to cartoon every child in his class and every member of the Temple staff. Okay, so have a seat. You can sit too. Frances Tiger, our third grade teacher, is not here. Those of you who have had a student in her class will know that for Frances, every subject can be explored through art, and for whom the internet is just a new canvas. So Frances brings our kids a lot of opportunities to express their creativity. Our fourth grade teacher, Mayan Love, is not here this evening because he's a rabbinic student and has a rabbinic internship in Ventura, for which he had to leave at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Mayan's primary objective every year, and I think we have at least one fourth grader with us this evening who will know this, is to find out what each of his students needs the most and then to provide that. He's most sensitive to his students and their needs, and it's a great strength in any teacher. Our fifth grade teacher is Allison Abrams, whose birthday you recently heard about. She's not feeling well this evening, but Allison, as Rabbi said, not only teaches our fifth grade with great verve and energy, but also runs our youth groups and is starting a college outreach program. So we are so fortunate to have Allison on our staff. Our sixth grade teacher, Ben Phelps, is also the director of our local Federation Day Camp. And from the teaching point of view, here at Temple Sinai, he's living the dream because his curriculum is Jewish history, and his hobby and first love is history. And so he's trying to convey his own love of history and fascination with it to his students. And I will say that at a great moment in B'nai Mitzvah class last Monday, when I was trying to explain something about how Judaism spread around the world and how Jews got to Babylonia, and one of the sixth graders in that class turned to another one and said, "Hello, Babylonian captivity." And I said, yes, something went in. Deborah Cohn is going to come up right now. Deborah is, as you just heard, a model of lifelong learning. She not only has the master's and the honorary doctorate in Jewish education, she also has a doctorate in transpersonal psychology, which is studying how we get along with God. And it has given her a wonderful variety of perspectives to share with her students. Our other 7th grade teacher is Dora Fine. She is the only teacher in our school, and probably in any Jewish school, who not only knows all of her students' favorite anime characters, but is also able to do the voices for all of them because she is a professional voice actor. And I think that's what she's doing this evening. The last couple people that I don't want to forget, there are 3 people I don't want to forget. First, sort of representing Dora's half of the 7th grade, I'm going to invite Julia Johnson to join us. Julia is a teacher in the making, I suspect. She turned 18 and now she can sub for us, and she has been working with Dora for the last 4 years, I believe, in our religious school, and has gained tremendous skills and is now able to take a class on her own, so we're very proud of Julia. And then I want to invite Jennifer Mervis. Jennifer is our school assistant and has kept the trains running in the school this year. Before that, she was our 1st grade teacher. And now she's also our temple administrative secretary, working for a rabbi as well as for the school. So like Allison, she's just adding strings to her bow. And finally, I want to mention, because we always think of her as one of our teachers, Emily Bergman, who is our library committee chair and a librarian. She is busy being a grandma in Texas tonight, but by Sunday she will be back, and she made a point of inviting anybody who's interested to come and hear her play Hatikva for the kindergarten and 1st graders at 11:30 on Sunday. On the bagpipes. Should be entertaining.
Yes.
And Edward let me down, did they?
We didn't find any flowers.
Edward generally brings a bouquet of flowers for each teacher. They did not do it tonight, so I guess those are coming on Sunday. But thank you all for being here to honor our teachers.
Thank you, Carolyn.
More than enough.
And let's hear it for our Director of Education, Carolyn Mormuso, and all that she does for our students in our congregation. Thanks so much to you all. I'd love to offer you a blessing. I'd love to be with you. It's a short one. It's a short one. Blessing. Think of this blessing as part of that bouquet of flowers that you'll be receiving on Sunday. And I'm so honored on behalf of the temple community to offer you this prayer at this time. We do pray, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu. Dear God, we ask for your gracious blessings upon these wonderful, these dedicated teachers. May their love for teaching continually inspire and enrich them as they share their gifts with their students. May you always have the strength of heart, the purpose of mind, and the gentleness of soul to educate and to nurture and to guide those in your care. In the words of the ancient rabbis from the school of Rabbi Ami, may your eyes ever sparkle with the light of Torah. May your face shine like the brilliance of the heavens. May you speak words of wisdom. And may your deeds fill your heart, fill your soul, and fill the hearts and souls of your students with joy and with happiness and with meaning, and a lifetime of loving Jewish learning and living. And let's all say, Amen. Amen. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear it again for our teachers. And thank you. All right, well, we're going to celebrate all these wonderful occasions in the social hall in just a few minutes. Before we do so, we do have some concluding prayers to do together here in the sanctuary, and then we'll head to the social hall for our Sabbath celebration, our oneg. Let's turn to page 24. Page 24 in our prayer book. Our worship together here at Temple Sinai always includes a prayer of healing for people, beings that we know who are in need of a healing of body and a healing of spirit. So please join together in this Misha Berach prayer of healing in the middle of page 24.
Misha Berach Avotenu Makor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
At this time, we'd like to invite you to offer the name or names of people you know who are in need of healing. We'll go around the sanctuary. Please raise your hand and just call out their name. George? Yes, thank you. Sheila? Yes. Deborah? Thank you. Julia? Yes. Carolyn? Yes. Yes, we're all thinking of them. And let's see over here, Joyce. Sheila. Yes, yeah. Let's see, Andrew.
Elizabeth Vilmas and those injured in the Ukraine.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Yes.
J.M. Green, Marinelle Phillips, Donna Barr.
Thank you, Maggie. Well, we think of all of them, and we think of all the folks now listed on our inside of our Shabbat leaflet on the Misha Berach page on the left-hand side. We pray in our hearts for all of these temple members who are in need of healing, all of these family members in need of healing, and all of these friends and coworkers who are in need of healing, as we continue our prayer of healing together.
Misha Berach Imotenu Makor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We pray they are all healed. Well, let's turn now to page 28 in our prayer booklet. Page 28, as you know, Jewish worship is never complete until we think of those people that we've loved and who've passed away, yet they remain an abiding blessing in our hearts, in our minds, and a love that is stronger than death. We pray for family members who have passed away, friends, members of our community, members of every race and nation who are a blessing to humanity. We think of them now. We honor them through our memory and through our prayer. As I mention the name of a loved one who has passed, I invite you to please stand, and in just a moment we'll all stand together to recite the Kaddish prayer. This Shabbat we say Kaddish for Harvey Hirsch, Phyllis Sivan, Shirley Rosenberg. Our Kaddish prayers for Eva Hain, Marion Parnes, David Lieberman, Susan Schwartz. Our Kaddish prayers for Leon Johnson, Stephen Snitzer, Anita Honeybar, and Vera Schneiderman, Joan Kaffel Ettlinger and Janet Jeffries, Jennifer Woody, Nancy Lord, and Barbara Bolter. And for those who are observing Yahrzeit, the anniversary of the death of a loved one that's commemorated this week, We remember Cecilia Carpenter. We remember Donald Weinshank, Bernard Cooper, Leslie Davis, Sarah Gold, Margaret Norman, Lillian Lieber-Levy, Myron Rubnitz, Rose Datloff, Sophie Binder, Bluma Friedman, Julia Gross, Selby Horowitz, Joe Hymanson, Jacob Kornfeld, Ned Gertine Tannen, Jean F. Silberberg, Bernard Stark, Rose Wolf, and Sarah Ziedler. Is there anybody who's mourning a loss whose name was not mentioned? If so, we invite you to please mention that name now. Sarah?
Elaine Henderson.
Thank you, Elaine Hendrickson. Deborah?
My father, George Holmes, I am Mr. L. Cocaine, and I got cocaine and drama later.
Yes. Brad? Thank you. Yes. Andrew?
Naomi Judd and those killed in the attacks in Ukraine.
Thank you, Andrew.
My father, Dean Murphy.
Well, for all of them, let's stand together as a community of family and friends as we thank God that they were all with us, that they were all on this earth, as we pray on the top of page 28. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divarach erutei v'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon, v'b'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'agalav v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam olmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudasha berichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, huya aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn. May we be a source of comfort to all who are bereaved. Together we say,
Amen.
And please be seated, everybody.
Oh, say shalom, shalom bimromav. Oh, say shalom, shalom bimromav. Uyaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Uyaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Erin Seltzer, and I'm a TSG board member. And I just want to list some events that are happening this week. So our Wise Aging class will be on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. via Zoom. We have Lunch and Learn with the Rabbi, Thursday at noon via Zoom. And of course, a reminder to show your support for the women of Temple Sinai next Friday by virtually attending our annual Sisterhood Shabbat, which will take place at on Zoom at 7:30 p.m. You'll find details about all of this and more in the weekly TSG email blast. Tonight's flowers are presented by the parents of our first grade class in honor of their children. And at the conclusion of the service, everyone is invited to join the Oneg, which will be hosted by our first grade families. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you so very much. And what celebration of Israel Independence Day would be complete unless we will be praying and singing the Israeli national anthem, Hatikvah, the Hope. You can find it in your handout, in your Shabbat leaflet. You can see the Hebrew that we'll join in together. You can see the beautiful poem, the lyrics there at the bottom of the page. Let's all stand together as we face the Israeli flag, and we join together in the Israeli national anthem, Hatikva, the hope.
Kol od balev apnima, nefesh Yehudi homia, ulfate mizrak padima, ayin letzion Sophia. Od lo avda tikvatenu, hatikva bat notapayim, liodam hovshi beatzenu, Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim. Liyotam chofshi be'atzenu, Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Our thanks to Maggie. Our thanks to everybody. First graders, Joyce, everybody. Teachers, thank you all so much. Let's celebrate in the social hall. First graders, thanks for staying up late tonight. I wanted to get a chance to thank you before I had the chance. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you so much.
What did I do with my kids?
Let's see, Maggie, I think we can.
Gee.
We're still live streaming, right, Nathan? So we do Kiddush and Motzi. You turn around that. Okay.
All right. Well, let me.
Let's see. Olive or Bet? Go with that. Oh, we got a birthday cake for Israel. Yeah, you guys want it? It's up to you. Gather around, everybody. Hopefully you have some wine, some grape
Get yourself
juice.
some wine.
Hi, sweetie.
Get yourself some wine or some grape
I think
juice.
Seth made that challah by scratch. I think that's a homemade challah, right, Seth?
Gather
You like
around.
chocolate chips? Yeah, maybe Seth put some in. Yay.
Okay, you ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen l'chaim.
Oh, look at that. A homemade challah Seth made with chocolate chips. It's a big challah cookie.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lachem min haaretz b'tei avon.
I guess we're just tearing. No, I think it was a knife.
Was there a knife?